Keep yourself in the loop of everything football. Listen to Alex and Jeremiah on the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast.
Hello there, I'm Jeremiah.
I am Alex, always and forever here.
Dedicated to college and NFL football. The latest football news on and off the field. NFL draft trade rumors. We've got you covered from the NFL, Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, ACC, and everything else in between. Listen to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast, where we discuss the latest news, rumors, and games of the NFL and college football, from the latest signings to this year's breakout stars and all the news in between. As always, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Alex.
What's up, man?
Nothing, just chilling.
Chilling like a villain?
Yeah, just hanging out, relaxing, all cool.
Okay.
Shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Oh, okay.
Fresh Prince.
Yes, I love it. I love Fresh Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was a great show.
I did too. I like it a lot. I used to watch it on Nick at Night.
Oh, on
the re-airs.
Yeah.
That Full House. Oh man, love me some Full House.
Have you seen Fuller House, right?
Yeah, I loved Fuller. I was actually on an episode of Fuller House.
Yeah, you said that on the show.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So don't forget that, bro.
The 100 Pence episode.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm actually technically in it. I mean, obviously you don't see me, but my voice is one of many. You know. But no, I loved Fuller House also. A lot of those shows were really good. You know.
Yeah, a lot of those 90s.
I like Step by Step.
Yes. No one has said anything about Step by Step.
Yeah, no one ever mentions Step by Step.
No one mentions that. I'm so glad you did that. Step by Step is a really good show.
I love Step by Step. That was a good show. I loved Full House. Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World is one of my favorites.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
I like Family Matters.
Family Matters was good.
Yeah.
I know there's some I'm forgetting.
I like, personally, you might not seen this show, but I used to be a huge fan of Martin, which was a show that had Martin Lawrence on it.
Oh, I watched that a couple times.
Funny show, man.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad show.
Yeah, I love that show. Martin Lawrence was like fun. Yeah, he was like the comedian to watch at that time. Like it was.
Yeah.
I think it was because you know how Eddie Murphy was the comedian of the kind of like the mid to late '80s,
yeah, for
so
sure.
to speak, and then Chris Rock kind of came about in the mid '90s. Well, between that time, Martin Lawrence was the guy for a while, but yeah. And now we got Kevin Hart as supposed to be the quote unquote the guy now in comedy.
I mean, he sure sells out places like he's.
He
guy.
does.
He's
he
funny.
does.
I like him. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
You seen the previews for his new little? I don't get why he has to do these stand-up movies, but then has like the little movies, but like intertwined.
The little skit before the.
He did that with Laugh at My Pain.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't want to watch a little movie. Just get to the funny.
If you want a movie, just make a movie, Kevin Hart.
Well, I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
I know.
And it's funny, you know what I mean? It's so funny, but I'm like, just get to the stand-up, Kevin. Come on, get to the stand-up. Have you seen some of the previews for that, though?
I have.
It looks really funny.
Yeah,
He's talking about the guy trying to take a picture of them in the bathroom stall. And
Yeah.
I'll probably see that one, or at least I'll wait for that one.
Yeah.
You know, I'll watch it.
I didn't like his Let Me Explain.
Let Me Explain was okay. That was the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
That one wasn't bad.
I didn't really like that one. The only part I liked was the Put Fire on Them.
Oh, I like to put fire on him. Yeah.
And
good.
then
Laugh
at My Pain was.
Laugh at My Pain was great.
My
favorite one is it's the second one.
It's comedy. It says Seriously Funny.
Seriously Funny. Yeah. I was like, seriously, what is it? Seriously Funny. That one is hilarious.
Seriously Funny was the one.
It has most of his really well known.
Yeah, that's the one I got him on the map. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now Kevin Hart literally plays the same role in every movie now.
Yeah,
if you think about
he's in the Jumanji remake with.
Is he going to be in that?
It's The Rock.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and then have you ever watched Doctor Who?
No, but
did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
The bald blue face lady Nebula.
Oh yeah,
Karen Gillan. She's normally redheaded.
I know.
She was in Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
She's in it as well.
Wow.
But Kevin Hart's just gonna be Kevin Hart. Jack Black could be a Jack Black type. You know.
I don't know about that combo. Wow.
All four of them?
The Rock, I can see because he's been in a lot of these action movies, but really all four of them, like Jack Black and Kevin Hart.
Kevin was just with.
He was just in a movie in which I understand
with
that.
The Rock, yeah.
I understand that.
Well,
but
Jack Black and him are different kind of comedians.
Exactly. I don't know how that's gonna mesh well, but we'll wait and see. But anyways, we got a lot of football to talk about.
We do.
There was a game last night for all you guys caught up in the presidential debate hoopla, which was entirely something else.
Yeah, if you want to talk about funny.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. But we're not going to get to that.
Nope.
Because we're going to talk about some football. And yes, there was a game last night, people.
Yep.
And the Atlanta Falcons defeated the New Orleans Saints 45-32 at the Superdome last night.
Yeah, Matt Ryan played well. 240 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, only 10 incompletions. In comparison, he played just as well, if not better, in terms of some mistakes that Drew Brees made. But Drew Brees 454, 376, and 3 touchdowns. But he did have a pick six there, interception that went 90 yards for a touchdown. But the real story is the offensive production from the rushers on the Falcons.
Yes.
Devontae Freeman, 152 yards. Tevin Coleman, only 42, but 3 touchdowns. And then Devontae Freeman, of course, with his receiving yards, had a total of 207 yards. Yeah, 207 yards. I said 205. That's why I said 5. I said 205.
Yeah, 207.
207 total. And
yards.
he did have a receiving touchdown. Tevin Coleman had close to 100 yards. And he had his 3 touchdowns, of course. They were impressive, man.
Yes. Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, in terms of fantasy football, these guys were beasts. And I will talk about them on the fantasy show. But in reality, they were beasts.
Oh, yeah. 217 total rushing yards as a team.
Yeah, this is what the Falcons originally intended to do with both of these rushers. You know, they've been in the split committee since week 1. And we finally see it when both of these guys play well. And when both of these guys play well, wow, you better watch out. I know they played the Saints defense, which, oh my gosh, that defense was just atrocious again. Oh my gosh.
I mean, they gave up 217 yards rushing.
Wow. Wow, they need a defense in there. As long as that defense is that bad, the Saints are never getting back to the playoffs. I don't care who you have at quarterback. You can have Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, anyone. I'm trying to think of the guy from the Colts. Baltimore Colts.
Johnny Unitas?
Yes. You can have Johnny Unitas there. Oh, my gosh. Good luck. You can't.
I don't know how many games Johnny Unitas would win in current day NFL.
He won many, but still. I don't care who you had at quarterback. As long as you have that terrible of defense, you ain't going to win that many games.
Yeah, I mean, currently they're 0-3. Yeah. I mean, they gave up 442 total yards. But, funny enough, the Falcons gave up more.
Yes, they did.
474.
But they made more plays on defense when they needed to.
They did. They were 1-2 on fourth down conversions, the Saints, but they had a better third down conversion percentage efficiency, 7 for 13. But, no, you're right. They had the turnovers. They had a forced fumble, and they had a interception pick six, obviously, for a touchdown. They capitalized on moments they needed to. You know what I mean? Total yardage, like I said, you got 32 yards more. Total plays, you have 16 more. Passing, you had 100+ yards more. You know what I mean? Like if you look at this box score, you're like, oh well, I imagine the Saints probably won this game, right? But they just didn't. They didn't get done what they needed to get done, if that makes sense. You know, they were 4 for 5 in the red zone. They were scoring when they needed to, but the Falcons scored more. They scored 5 straight possessions. You know, they scored well. They scored often. They had less penalties. You know, 1 less, but 40, less yards. They did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and looking at the box score and the team stats altogether, the stat that speaks to me is the red zone possessions. Mm-hmm. Falcons, 5 for 7. Saints were 4 for 5. 7 red zone possessions.
Yeah, they're
really?
lucky. And honestly, the
Saints
lucky they didn't score on all 7.
Exactly. They're lucky. They could have scored 60 points, honestly, on this defense. Like, wow. How do you allow 7 red zone possessions? That is unheard of.
Well, turnovers will do it.
Yeah.
The fumble, of course, led to that. But the Falcons were just moving up and down the field. Like I said, they had 5 straight scoring possessions, and then on the 6th, they kicked a field goal.
Yeah, and looking at this offense from the Falcons, man, Devontae Freeman, the runs that he made, he was running angry. and he looked like the same guy from when he kind of came onto the scene last year. He was running that angry. And Tevin Coleman, man, he is just as furious as a runner.
He's a strong runner.
He's
the kind of runner that doesn't go down first contact.
Yeah.
Freeman's more speedy. Tevin, I guess, is a little more powerful.
Yeah. But they
complement each other well.
But, yeah, both of these guys are just great when they have the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tevin looked great. I mean, people thought he was going to be the guy when he came in as a rookie last year, and Devontae Freeman ended up kind of taking over and obviously had a really good year. But, yeah, Tevin Coleman played really well last night, He kind of, like you said, he kind of vultured Devontae a bit. But Devontae got his, He got his. 207 and touchdown. I mean, he's doing just fine. And this is kind of the first game this year that Freeman's flashed what he was really all about last year, too. At least for the first time this year.
Yeah, this is the first game that Devontae Freeman pretty much – this is his best game.
This is
his best game by far.
It's only the third game, but yeah, this is definitely by far the best game.
Yeah, and Mark Ingram also played well. He did get over 100 yards total from scrimmage and with 8 touchdowns, who's also on my fantasy team.
Nice.
He did pretty well. But enough about the Falcons. The Saints, we know what their offense can do. Their offense was moving up and down the field. Even Kobe Fleener finally got –
Fleener went off.
Fleener finally got his.
We know what their offense can do, but we also know what their defense can't do.
Yeah, and before I talk more about their defense, the Saints – had really good production on offense from Michael Thomas and Brandon Coleman. Yeah. Michael, because Willie Snead was inactive for this game.
I know. I literally played him because he was questionable all week. And Yahoo does this weird thing now where if anybody has any kind of injury, it goes at the beginning of the week, you get like a notification, like a text notification almost, and it goes, oh, this person's status has been changed from healthy to questionable. And they do it all the time even when it's just nothing.
It's been annoying. I know. And trust me, I play on Yahoo too.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's just like, oh, it's just questionable. I was like, oh, he'll be fine. And then I find out today he wasn't playing. I didn't need him to win. You know what I mean? Like I had already won both my Yahoo leagues. I had him in one of them playing and one not. But I literally couldn't put anybody else in, and I could only drop him for somebody. I wasn't about to do that. So I just had him play on the bench. He played. He didn't get anything, but. I mean, that sucks. I also had Kelvin Benjamin not give me any points this week either and won. So
yeah, you got pretty lucky on that.
I did. It's because I had Aaron Rodgers and I had Antonio Brown. I had a few high scores, obviously.
All right, cool. Well, I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man. I'm happy for you and your running game.
Yes, thank you. It finally came alive. And getting back to the Saints offense, man, Kobe Fleener finally went off. This is like what we thought we were going to see from Fleener, going to this offense. Mm-hmm. And Brandon Coleman, he has a tall body, big body, so to speak.
A little bigger, yeah.
He has the potential to be a big play threat in the red zone. Pretty much.
Saw.
And anything else, for that matter, and we finally saw the potential that is there. Michael Thomas, he's a rookie. Sean Payne was talking so high of him during the training camp, and he did really well on 11 targets. So, the Saints offense, they score when they need to, and then we always going to know that. We always know they're going to score.
Yeah.
But man, I can't get behind this team with this defense. I don't see them winning many games with this defense at all. It is practically the worst defense, maybe second to worst, next to the 49ers. But still, it is pretty bad. They can't stop anybody.
Well,
can't stop anybody.
The Niners might be better than their defense. The Niners at least have some solid pieces in it.
That is true.
I thought you were going to say I thought you were going to say the Raiders, and I'd say, well, hey man, they played better.
They play a lot better this week. Yeah. I can't go too hard on the Raiders anymore.
Fair
on their
enough.
defense.
Well, the Falcons go on to face cracking my back here the way I sat up. The Carolina Panthers. They will be at home in Atlanta, taking on the Carolina Panthers. That is on Sunday morning, and then the New Orleans Saints go on to take the Chargers on in San Diego, a matchup between Drew Brees and his former team.
Yeah.
Currently, like I said, 0-3 for the Saints, and 2-1, and leading the division, the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
All right, let's take our first break. We'll come back and we're going to talk some retirement news that we heard once. I feel like I've heard this before.
And we heard it again.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
So let's take a first break. We'll come back and we will talk retirees here at the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast, and we're going to talk about some retirement news. But before I get to that, Alex, have you seen that commercial with Peyton Manning when he's sitting on that bench at the park?
Yeah, the one where he's saying, like, have you watch football? And he goes, I just sit here and watch this on this bench, work as long as you can. And
yeah.
It's funny because obviously Peyton just retired. Yeah, I like that one. It's a good one.
Yeah, because we're talking about a player that retired. I just want to bring that up because I just think that's funny. Peyton Manning he's been gold in these commercials since retirement, which I knew.
He's been golden before.
Exactly, which I knew he was going to do,
Yeah, he's always had good comedic timing.
Yeah, exactly. And he has a really good career ahead of him in that aspect. And I love the I know you brought this up before, but I like that commercial when he's talking to Eli on the phone.
I love that one.
He's all, hey, I got
come over? I'll make nachos.
I'm playing. He's all, let me pencil you in for Tuesday. And he writes his name all big.
E-L-I through the entire day. Like he's going to be there. I just like, I'll make nachos.
He says it so naturally. I'll make nachos.
Yeah, he's funny. Eli's
is.
not too bad either. Peyton's got a little bit better timing than him in more realistic delivery. Or not realistic, but more like believable delivery. And his voice isn't as weird as Eli's. Eli has that weird kind of like, almost like a lisp.
Yeah,
in a sense, but no, they're both pretty funny guys. I remember their DirecTV commercials every year.
Oh, the football on your phone, that one,
but no, like when they would do the music videos and stuff.
Yeah, the football on your phone, that was one of them.
Oh yeah,
it was football on your phone, and then it was like a rap song. That, oh my gosh, that was
bad, but it was funny.
It was bad and funny at this. It made me laugh, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe these guys did this, but I bet they got paid to do it. But anyways, moving on from retirement news here. Well, tell me, have you heard this before? 49ers offensive lineman Anthony Davis retires.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it before?
I've heard that before. I heard that around last year.
Well, guess what? It happened again. Because
what?
Anthony Davis tweeted yesterday, I just want my time and mine intact. When you lose them both, you can't buy them back. So,
are you trying to rhyme? What are you doing? Intact and back and come on.
I'm just reading off what Anthony Davis tweeted.
No, I know. I'm saying, was he trying to rhyme? Come on,
Maybe.
at Bam Davis _
I hate that underscore at the end. I don't know why. It bothers me. But anyways, San Francisco 49ers offensive lineman Anthony Davis has retired from the NFL again. And that is the second time in 15 months, as the team did announce, Davis' retirement late Monday afternoon. And, of course, Davis did address a tweet after that. Davis just returned to the 49ers just before the start of training camp, and he looked like he was about to be the starter on one of the 5 offensive line
right
positions.
Tackle.
Yeah,
but not so fast. Bam Davis _ He ended up becoming the swing tackle.
He did.
He was looking to be moved to be the right guard, but even that didn't happen.
And he was inactive for the first 3 games, and he is no longer a member of that team anymore.
Yeah, he got a concussion. He was held out week 2 and week 3 this week. And, he decided it's time to hang him up, as they say.
Yeah, and remember, there was rumors that Davis was going to retire before the Niners' opening Monday night game against the Los Angeles Rams because he missed a practice on the Saturday before that game. Amid the reports, he was considering retirement, like I previously said, but Chip Kelly and Davis called it a miscommunication, quote unquote, that they went on to resolve. So Anthony Davis did. He was active in that Monday night opener, then suffered a concussion and was inactive for the first 2 games. But he was the primary backup tackle.
So he changed his mind, I guess.
Yeah.
There's miscommunication. And then he goes home and goes, well, you know what? They're onto something there. Maybe I will retire.
Maybe
I should retire.
Maybe I should again. But I'm not going to give Davis too much flack for retiring because he was in the concussion protocol, and concussions are a very serious health issue for anyone outside of football and football anywhere. And I understand his health is concerned. That's kind of like the same reason Chris Borland, the former 49ers
yes, I mentioned that in the sports show. Yeah,
linebacker, retired. So Chris Borland, he had concussions when he was at Nebraska. I think that's where he's at. He's at Nebraska or Wisconsin, one of those two schools.
I want to say Borland went to Wisconsin.
Okay, it was a school that was red.
And white.
I'm
pretty sure it was
one of those
Wisconsin.
two schools. I can
let you know real quick if you want to.
Can you?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll fact check you.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. Matter of fact, can you fact check Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump?
There was actually a Twitter account that was like live tweeting fact checking. Mm-hmm. That thing, they must have had 600 tweets last night.
Dude, they were busy last night. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Oh,
but anyways, getting back on track here, that's the same reason Chris Borland retired, because of the concussion concerns, and I completely understand why Anthony Davis did this. And when you got something to say? Wisconsin. Okay, cool. It was
the University of Wisconsin, Madison.
Yes, and I knew it was one of those schools.
Good job.
It was one of those schools, and the 49ers did select Davis in the first round in 2010 draft, and he was one
of their first picks when they were kind of getting good.
Yeah, he was still one of the last pieces in the Mike Singletary era, and he was part of that offensive line when they were pretty much one of the best teams in the league.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
one of the best offensive lines in the league too.
Yeah, they were. They were built that way. They were one of the best at all in the league. But Anthony Davis did get hurt 2014 season, and he just never got back on track after that.
Yeah, never really. I mean, he decided probably best to retire.
And I could tell that he kind of regretted doing it the first time, because he looked like he actually loved football.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like the injuries are just too much of a concern for him to continue playing. And because concussions are tough. I never had one. But
I've had a couple.
Yeah. I never had one.
I don't like them.
Yeah, and I never had one. But if I did, I would probably freak out.
Yeah, they're not fun.
I'm letting you know right now. So that's all I can say about Anthony Davis here is, I don't see him coming back again anytime soon. Because if he comes back again, I'm going to be like, well, now Anthony Davis is probably coming back for the money now. Like, maybe. How are you going to come back after retiring twice?
I don't know. Why'd Brett Favre do it?
Ooh. The E40.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like the E40 reference here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, the Niners are in the Bay Area.
Yes.
Or should I say the Yay area?
It is Yay area.
Well, hey, Jeremiah, let's take a break now.
Okay.
Let's let them get over that.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay, we'll take our second break, come back, and we will talk our last bit of news on somebody who is almost not worth talking about.
But we're going to talk about him anyway.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll take a break, come back, and do that here at the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast.
Check out the show that's built on the MMA. From the UFC to extreme cage fighting, they got the fights covered. Check out the GSMC MMA podcast. Get the latest news on past or upcoming fights. Join us as we talk to and about some of the biggest names in the MMA, past, present, and future. When it's the fight game, there's just one show to check out. GSMCpodcast.com/MMA-podcast. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
And we're back here at the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast, and we'll talk about one last bit of news here before we get going for the day, and that is former Dallas Cowboy and Carolina. I was all over the seats today. Carolina Panther Greg Hardy, former NFL player in general, was still free agent. Has a domestic violence case in North Carolina. He, yesterday, was arrested during a traffic stop for possession of cocaine.
In Texas.
Yeah, he was released on bail, $5,000. I'm sure he still has it. He was I guess they have to mention the fact that he was a 2013 Pro Bowler. Who cares? He was pulled over late Sunday night for failure to signal a left turn. I always tell people, man, if you got coke in the car, make sure you use your blinker. Yeah. Make sure you use it.
Make sure your light's working for that matter, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a search of his vehicle when he was pulled over revealed what police said was cocaine and an item containing marijuana remnants, according to the police documents, of course. Hardy told the police he did not know where and what was in that bag, where it came from, and said the police said contained cocaine, of course. Hardy said somebody gave him the bag at a party the previous night. Okay.
I
believe you.
I believe you. I actually do believe that.
No.
No. Don't. Okay, just let me. Okay. Just hear me out here. I actually do believe that someone actually did give him that, but
because he bought it.
Exactly, and if you're gonna tell police that you don't know what's in the bag and someone gave it to you at a party, why are you even gonna take the bag if you don't know what's inside it?
Very true. And hands me a bag and be like, "What is this?" It could be dead cats.
I believe that he actually did get the bag at the party, and this is something that I actually have to say too about this. Police said that the substance that tested positive for cocaine was found in his wallet because Hardy.
I love his reasoning.
Hardy said he had been passing his wallet around at a party because, quote unquote, because he was paying for everybody, and that must have been when the baggie was put in his wallet, end quote, according to the police report.
Yeah. First off, if I have $20 or $20,000, I'm not passing my wallet around.
No. Why would you do? First of all, I would not do that because, one, my ID is probably most likely going to be in there. Two, my debit card. Mm-hmm. 3, it's my wallet. Okay?
3, my Yogurt Town punch card.
Exactly. The one when you get the fifth one, the free one for the fifth.
You get a large for free.
Yeah, exactly. No one can touch that. I don't care. All right. Still, wow.
Yeah, I'm not passing that around.
I'm not passing anything around. And of course, Drew Rosenhaus.
Of course, he's his agent. Why is it always Drew Rosenhaus?
Rosenhaus, he's an agent to everyone.
Medzel, Hardy.
He declined.
Take a break, man.
He declined to comment on this matter, which I'm not surprised that he didn't. The NFL didn't really.
It's not his problem.
It's not his problem. Yeah. And the NFL didn't really respond to a request for comments. But man, Greg Hardy, the way that his off the field life has shifted, man.
I don't care think he deserves to ever play in the NFL again.
I'm just going to hit him with the bro button. Bruh. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, we'll get going, but I mean, just some final words on it. Yeah, I don't think he should ever play in the NFL again.
I don't think he's going to play again. I don't see any team taking a chance on him like that. Even the Cowboys.
The Cowboys already said no.
Had a huge PR problem because
him blowing up on the sideline.
Yeah, they had a huge PR problem.
Come on, son.
Huge PR problem last season when he was on that team, and they weren't even good last year. And of course, Greg Hardy blew up on the sign because they weren't good.
Yeah. Hey, man, you chose to go to that team.
He did.
Maybe it was the only team that wanted you. You're lame.
Technically, he didn't really have many choices because many teams weren't giving him a chance. So, technically, the Cowboys chose him.
True.
Well, technically, he did have a choice before that domestic violence case.
Yeah, maybe don't hit women.
Yeah, don't do it.
And don't get cocaine in your wallet.
Yep.
Ever. Oh, God.
Anyways, we got to get going on that. I think if we keep going, I think we're going to say something that we're not supposed to. So, I just think...
Let's get going. Sorry, that was me punching my hands together.
I think we should just get going. But anyway,
good idea.
I'm fired up.
Take us out.
Like Drake said, I'm charged up.
I've never heard him say that, but I'm not gonna. I know you're telling the truth.
But you never heard that song by Drake, Charged Up?
Probably not.
It was the first Meek Mill diss track, and then the second one was back to back.
Yeah, no, I never listened to it.
You're missing out, man. But anyways,
you're right.
We're going to get out of here, guys, and we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast. You can catch this show on a variety of platforms on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Also, the GSMCpodcast.com website. You can also follow the show on Twitter at GSMC_football, and you can follow us on Instagram at the same handle as at GSMC_football, and you can like us on Facebook at the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast. So, you got any last words, Alex?
Not really, no. Just I can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. Jeremiah will be back along with Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony will join us tomorrow.
Yeah, can't wait.
Can't wait.
We'll be doing Why Left Wednesday, and
For real.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait to share it with you.
Exactly. We can't wait. And thank you guys for tuning in to the Golden State Media Concepts Football Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow, guys.
Yep. Thank you for listening. As Alex,
Jeremiah.
and we'll see you.